Welcome to SpotOn. Today we are going to be talking about SpotOn Register Lite. Let's start out by taking a look at the equipment and all its features. SpotOn Register Lite features both cashier and customer-facing screens. The cashier-facing side is used to run the register, while the customer-facing display shows items currently in the cart along with the current total. During checkout, the customer-facing screen is used to capture signatures and add tips. Notice the EMV card reader is placed in a position that is easily accessible by both the cashier and the customer. SpotOn loyalty merchants will also receive the customer-facing tablet. Customers can check in to earn spots based on their purchases, which you can then issue rewards for. Alright, let's take a look at the software. What you see on screen now is the login page for SpotOn Register Lite. This can be configured to accept either a 4 or a 6-digit employee PIN, with a 6-digit PIN being used in this example. The first time I log in every day, I will also be prompted to clock in. We can give every employee their own PIN code to unlock the register and track their work hours. Notice, when I'm logged in as a cashier, I have different access to the POS than when logged in as a manager. Most of the action will happen in the sales window. The first time I go to sales every day, I'll be prompted to enter my starting cash. Notice we have all our items organized into different categories on the left-hand side. Items can be added to an order by tapping the Items button or scanning its barcode. Notice, once I start adding items to the order, the SpotOn window says, Not checked in. Let's take a look at the customer-facing tablet. Since items have been added to the order, the customer is being prompted to check in. Customers can check in using their phone number, SpotOn Rewards card, or the SpotOn Rewards app. Once checked in, they will be able to see any rewards they have unlocked and any rewards they can earn with future visits. Now let's get back to the register. Notice how the SpotOn tab updates to display activity on the customer tablet. It looks like this customer has redeemed a reward. Now I can tap the SpotOn tab to view the reward and apply the discount. Once we are finished adding items to the order, we can proceed to checkout. Notice all the different tenders listed on the left-hand side. So if I take cash, then enter the amount given, the POS will calculate the change as expected. Next, we are prompted to select our receipt. We can either print out the receipt or send it in an email. We can also program the POS to skip this screen entirely and either automatically print or skip the receipt and move on to the next order. Let's say we decided to skip the receipt. We can easily tap on Completed Orders, select the last transaction, then tap Print Receipt. From here, we can also look up transactions by the transaction number that's printed on the receipt, by a date and time range, or if they paid by credit card, the cardholder name. So far, all the items I've added to orders have had a fixed price. We can also create buttons with an open price. For example, this Angelfish button. After tapping this button, I'm prompted to enter the price. We can also sell items by partial quantities. In this case, weight. So if I tap dog food and enter the weight, the point of sale will calculate the price as expected. This time, we will choose credit card, then tap the card button to start the terminal. The customer can then insert their card into the slot, then leave it until prompted to remove. And once approved, the transaction is completed. No signature required. SpotOn Register Lite can also track sales by different employees. To switch employees, all I do is lock the screen and log in with another PIN. Let's go ahead and add some items to this order. We can also put orders on hold for pickup. Let's say Frank's calling in to place this order. I can go to the Sales Info window, add Frank's name, change this order to pickup, then put the order on hold. So when Frank shows up to pick up his items, we can tap on Open Orders, select Frank's order, then proceed to checkout. We can also take payments in multiple tenders for the same transaction. So I can take $20 cash, then put the remaining balance on a debit card. Once I tap the card button, the customer can then insert their card and enter their PIN on the customer-facing screen. We can also apply discounts and create rules for different discounts. In this example, SpotOn is offering 10% off filters and pumps. Let me add one of these and a couple other items. Now let's take a look at how the discount works. Notice when I tap the discount, only the SpotOn items are selectable. Let's go ahead and check out this last transaction, then move on to the management section. Cash drawer allows us to account for any cash coming in and out of the drawer that's not related to a sale or refund. For example, let's say the window washers show up and I forgot my checkbook. I can take $80 out of the till and account for it here. So now our X report will show the starting cash, order total, along with the payouts. Before we go through end of day, we will want to print out any daily reports as these will reset after we close the register. Tender details shows all the payments that have been made. In summary, we accepted 3 cash payments, 1 Discover, and 1 debit card. Sales by users assigns the sale to whichever employee was logged in at the time of the sale. We can print out reports for each employee or a combined report with a summary at the top. End of day is straightforward and simple. All I do is count down my drawer, then close the register. For the drawer count, I will use the manual cash counter. So all I need to do is count the number of bills and the POS will save the totals. We can even print out the bill and coin counts for later reconciliation. Notice I'm a couple cents short since I didn't count the change. I could recount the drawer, but in this case I will move on and print the Z report, then close the register. Now when I close the register, the POS will both settle all the credit card transactions as well as reset all the totals for the day. So if I go back into sales, I'll be prompted to enter the starting cash as I have a brand new cash drawer. Now let's take a look at the admin section. We can access the admin section either directly from the point of sale or by logging into pos.spoton.com from any web browser. When we first get into the admin section, we will see transactions. Here we can review all the transactions, batches, and tenders from any of our registers. Let's take a look at our items library. Here we have items organized into categories, subcategories, and groups. We can look up items by name or UPC, then quickly make changes to the item's price, cost, and quantity. We can also add new items, either one at a time through the web interface or upload bulk items through spreadsheets. Item screens are fully customizable. While everything is built in alphabetical order, we can drag all the buttons around in any order we like. Now let's take a look at some reports. Sales summary shows sales by date, day of the week, and time of day, so we will know exactly when we are the busiest to plan accordingly. Any item with cost will appear in the profit margin report. This report can be run at the item level or category level as shown here. Our top item sales report shows the top 10 in sales and quantity along with a list of all the items sold within this date range. Let's download this report and take a deeper look at it. Notice this report lists both the item and its product code, so items that may be similarly named can easily be differentiated. We also see the item's category along with all its sales numbers. And we can easily display items from specific categories by toggling filters on and off. Now let's take a look at the discounts report. Here we can view the different discounts and see if they are related to a SpotOn loyalty promotion, giving us solid data on the effectiveness of our offers. Taxes are applied at the item level. Items can be taxable or non-taxable. We can also create special taxes for different items as needed. Now let's take a look at our staff members. Here we have all our different staff members organized into these groups. Let's take a look at what our cashiers are allowed to do. It looks like we allow our cashiers to log into the POS apps, but not the merchant portal. The POS apps are the apps installed on the POS, and the merchant portal is what I'm logged into now. So our cashiers won't be logging into the backend, making changes to the item library, or performing any management tasks. But we are allowing them access to most functions of the register with the exception of a few loss prevention details. For example, they will need a manager's PIN to open the cash drawer if they tap the no sale button or issue a refund. So we can give our employees access to all the features they need to do their job and keep them away from anything that may get them into trouble. The other thing related to employees is of course the time clock. From here we can see who is clocked in, clocked out, or on break. We can also view total hours for all employees as well as individual timesheets. As you can see, SpotOn Register Lite is steered towards speed and ease of use, delivering all the features we need to run a business without making life more difficult. Thank you for choosing SpotOn.